Alright y'all, so we got everything all back together, so let's see what it look like. We turn it on. There you go. That's beautiful. What's good, grind schoolers? It's your boy Rob, and we back in the shop today. So today we got a couple of things. We gotta get 2 shocks, a tie rod, and we gotta replace the battery again. So for whatever reason, the Impala battery just dies. I won't say for whatever reason. So every time you open up the door, the hood, whatever, I believe the trunk too, the lights on the Impala turn on. And so when I had my accident, I had the hood lifted up pretty much all night, because obviously I just shut the garage and I went to the hospital or whatever. But anyways, the hood was open up all night, and there's a light in the hood when you open it up. So it was just running on the battery, running on the battery. And so I guess the cells in the battery died. This is a brand new battery I just replaced like 3 months ago, and it died again. So I'm gonna go ahead and warranty it out again. And you know, I do have my trickle charger, as you can see, you know what I'm saying, but unfortunately it wasn't hooked up or nothing like that. And like I said, the cells on the battery died, so we gotta go ahead and go replace that. The tie rod, so when I was doing the shock or the spring on this right side, on the passenger side, I kind of messed up the tie rod a little bit, so I got to replace that. On the driver's side, that shock is completely bad. So now that the car is lowered, the inner fender liner is sitting right on the tire, so I can't even move the car until that's replaced. So I'm gonna go ahead and do both shocks at the same time, because obviously it makes more sense, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna do both of the shocks, the tie rod, and then I'm gonna go ahead and warranty out the battery. But that's not what this video is about. So this video, I'm going to go ahead and remove the gauge cluster, and I'm going to change all the bulbs in the back of the gauge cluster. I already have the bulbs because I was gonna do this on my Tahoe, but since I don't have the Tahoe no more, I decided to do it on my Impala, because all the dash lights are out behind all of the indicators, like your oil, your coolant, temperature sensor, all that kind of stuff. Like the other gauges, like check engine light, the gauge light on, all that stuff works, but just the ones behind that illuminate the coolant temperature and stuff like that, so those are out. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace those, and then I also might order some lights like I had in my Tahoe, like the daylight lights, because as you can see, the yellow ones, it makes the car look older. It's kind of like a pastime, so it looks a lot cleaner with the bright white lights inside, also with the headlights too, but we're not going to talk about that. And then this weekend, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the junkyard and see what I can source for this car. Last weekend I tried to source parts for the El Camino for the LS swap, but was unsuccessful. But I heard that there's an Impala in the junkyard, so I'm gonna go see what I can find. Hopefully I can find what I need, and basically what I need is I need the trim that goes around these fenders, like I said in my last video. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and replace the ones in the back too, because this one is messed up, if it's indeed an Impala. And if it's a Caprice, I'm sure it really doesn't matter, like at least for the front. You could probably just paint it, match it to whatever, but either way it goes, I'm gonna try to snatch those. And then I might try to snatch the headlights if the headlights are good. If they're bad, then whatever. We won't try to mess with it, we won't try to fool with it. But as you can see, there's a huge difference. I bought these corner lights brand new, and then I think I bought one, I think the other side is good, but both of them are still kind of more hazy than this. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace these. I was gonna go with like some halo headlights, whatever, but I'm gonna go ahead and just replace those because I do like the stock lights. I'm not sure if I'm too fond of the halos or nothing like that, but you know, we'll see. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and jump on this Impala today. We're gonna jump on the gauge cluster and we're gonna go to O'Reilly's, like I said, to order parts because they're not here. I need to order them so I can get them by the weekend and knock this out so that I can drive the car. So anyways, I'm sorry for the long rant, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get into the video. But before we do that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification, y'all. So y'all get a notification every single time I drop another video. And yo, let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's go. Got the mirror halfway out. Yeah, don't she look so sexy? Goodness gracious. I love this car, man. It's one of my favorite cars in the whole wide world. I can't get enough of it. But let me show y'all what's going on though. So if you have one of these cars or know about these cars, there's that light, and a lot of times it's broke or, you know what I'm saying, doesn't work, but mine actually works. So I'm sure I could unplug it or whatever, but that light stays on as long as this hood is open. And like I said, that kind of killed my battery. As you can see, if it'll focus, 1119 this battery was basically manufactured or whatever. That's what these tags are. But this thing is already bad. Like I said, I got it like 2 months ago. I guess this Impala just kills the cells in the battery. I've never had a battery act like that. Like, you know what I'm saying, if it dies, you know, you usually could jump it and, like, you know what I'm saying, charge it up and everything's all good. But what I was talking about here is the inner fender. It's kind of jacked up. It's hard to see up in there, but the inner fender is like bent and it's sitting right on top of the tire. So I can't drive this car at all without replacing this shock, and we might have to roll up those inner fenders a little bit. But so that's what's gonna happen. And then I wish the battery was charged, but you know what I'm saying, we'll get to that in literally 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying, 2 seconds for y'all, you know what I'm saying, like 20 minutes for me. But anyways, so this is what I'm talking about. These gauges are not illuminating, you know what I mean? So the bulbs, I'm sure, are dead or whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and address that today. We're gonna go ahead and take these screws out, and then we're gonna pull this housing out, and then we're gonna go ahead and replace those bulbs, and then we're gonna throw in obviously the new battery, and then see what it looks like afterwards. So that's what we got going today. And then we may even go ahead and clean this mug out too a little bit, but we'll see what's popping, you know what I mean? Yeah, but let's go ahead and get to the video and let's get rocking with it. All right, y'all, so it's 7 by 30 seconds in order to get these screws out, and then the cluster just falls right out of there. So we're about to go ahead and pull this off, pull the whole cluster off, and then start pulling the bulbs out. All right, y'all, so these gauges and everything, they just pull off of here. So these ones here, I had to apply a little bit of pressure to just pull it off of there, because these prongs in the back here for the gauge are kind of pushed back up into here, so into the little socket. So you got to kind of pry it out a little bit. It's not hard or nothing, but just be cautious when you pull it out so that you don't accidentally, like, you know what I'm saying, break it, because this could be brittle because it's so old. But you know what I'm saying, it was just able to just pull right out of there. So the bulbs that I'm gonna replace are these ones right here, this one down here, and then these ones here. And what I'm replacing it with is gonna be some of these. So these are like blue, they illuminate blue. So we're gonna replace it with these, and this is gonna match my stereo. And then after that, I might go ahead and replace the bulbs behind here, and then replace the bulbs up there and right there. These bulbs, like I said, they're gonna be a different color. And then also there's bulbs in the door. So that one has one. This one's supposed to have one. Maybe I need to go get that from the junkyard now that I'm thinking about it. And then there might be some in the back doors, but I'm not 100% sure. But they're not gonna be the same color as what's in the dash. It's gonna be like a bright white color. So when you open up the door, it's like that brand new daylight type stuff. So but yeah, like I said, I had these in my I got these for my Tahoe to do the gauge behind the Tahoe, because there was some darkness on like half of the gauges, and I thought these would be cool. But since I don't have the Tahoe anymore, I'm gonna go ahead and replace it in the Impala and then see what they look like in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a glove on, because I don't want one of these bulbs to be brittle and bust in my hand and mess up my other hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a glove, and then I'm gonna replace these. And then they couldn't warranty out my battery, which sucks. They said there's too many warranties on it, so I'm gonna have to go to somebody else and see if they could do that, because that's a lot of bread to just be out of. But I can put the jumper on there so that we can see the lights and see what it looks like. So after I replace these these bulbs, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the dash back together. I might clean the inside of this bezel too. The clear housing, I might clean the inside of that just to make it, you know, fresh and new or whatever. All my stuff looks pretty good. Doesn't look like there's no cracks, nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace those, and after that, then we'll see what it looks like. And then I might also replace some of these other bulbs too with just regular ones, since these indicators are like orange and stuff. I don't think it would look right with the blue bulbs behind it. But let me go ahead and do that and see if these bulbs are out, so that I can really actually see if I have other light indicators on. But yeah, so let's knock it out, and then I'll cut y'all on once I turn the car on and see what they look like. Alright y'all, I had to remove the whole entire cluster. So I took the whole entire cluster out, and it's just four bolts right there. One on that side, this side, that, and that up top. The reason being was because I couldn't get the bulbs out without taking the cluster out, because you got to spin these out, and I think it'll just be easier just to do it, and then I'll just replace as many as I can, because it looks like a few of them's out. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and replace as many as I can, and then we'll put this back in, put it all back together, and it should be good to go. And then there's one power source right there, and there's another power source on this side. And then to unhook this, because this attaches to your gear selector thing, this thing right here. So that wire attaches to the back of this gear selector, and it's ran by a spring. And all I did was, it connects right here. All I did was just slip it out of here. It's real hard to focus, but all I did was just slip it out of here, and then it pulled right off. So you could just slip it back on once you put this back together, and you'll be good to go. If you got a 95, 96 Impala or Caprice or whatever, you'll see what I mean. Actually, no, not on the 96. You probably won't see what I mean, because it doesn't have the digi dash, so it might be a little bit different. But anyways, 94, 95 Impala Caprice, whatever, you'll see if you have one of those. But like I said, we're about to go ahead, pull these bulbs out, and then get to it. So hopefully everything goes well. It hasn't been such a smooth process up to this point, but hopefully from this point on, everything is smooth, everything copacetic, and we'll get it in today. Alright, grind schoolers, so we pretty much got everything in there, all squared away. I didn't replace those light bulbs that come in on the side for the gauge panels, because the gauge wording is like orange, so I didn't really feel like it made a difference. But there's the blue LEDs. That one up there in the top right corner, is not really working or whatever, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this stuff back together, and then we'll see what it looks like once I have all the gauges and stuff in. But I think it looks pretty decent from where it is now. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the gauges back in there, and then I'll give y'all a little shot of what it looks like. I had, if you a little bit of advice for these LED lights, if you are gonna do this like conversion or whatever, what I suggest is get a whole entire piece like with the light. So the socket in the back that the light goes into is like this. So when you pull your gauges apart, the whole thing, it has a light inside of it. And so I had kind of a little bit of hell trying to take the old light out and then put the new LED lights in. So what I suggest is find one that comes like this with a light already preloaded in it and do it. And basically that's what I did. So these are LED lights and they have the sockets already, and I could just plug and play and then take those ones out. But these ones are too small, so unfortunately I had to go the hard route and basically take the light bulbs out of the socket and then do it, and then that's probably why this one is not working up here, because it's not getting good contact. So I got to figure that out or whatever. But if you can find it with the socket or ones that are plug and play, that's what I suggest, because trying to figure that out, I didn't really like that process too much. So anyways, let me go ahead and throw this stuff back together, figure out why this one's not turning on or whatever, and then I'll cut y'all back on so we can see what the dash looks like when everything is complete. Alright y'all, so we got everything all back together, so let's see what it looks like. Turn it on. There you go. That's beautiful. Looks a lot better than that ugly yellow whitish color. And like I said, I didn't change the ones on this side because it's gonna show through orange and red anyway. So yeah, but anyways, I think it looks amazing. Let me know what y'all think, man. I like it. You could do so many different colors, you know what I mean? You could do green, red, but this just so happens to match my radio. Like if I turn on my radio's blue, and my gauge lights are blue. So next thing what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change all these lights in here. So you see how it's like yellow, that's yellow, and that's yellow over there. I'm gonna change it to match everything, except actually no, it's gonna be a little bit brighter than this. It's gonna be like a bright white, and on camera this looks a little bit lighter than it actually is. It's actually like darker blue, kind of matches the gauge cluster. So I'm gonna go ahead and change all these light bulbs. I gotta see which ones each one of them are, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and should give it a better feel in here to the car, you know what I mean, like a updated feel, like a bright, you know, daylight look. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and this project will be done. And I might actually go ahead and change the ones back here probably, and then the ones down here as well. I'll have to pull the dash back out, but that would be probably for a later date. And then also too, I'm probably gonna do the double din conversion, put these down here and then put the double din there. But I'm gonna wait to get my subwoofers and my amp and stuff to see exactly what it sounds like. So that's gonna do it, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Like I said, something simple, something, you know, make your car look more updated. I know sometimes the gauges are darked out because the bulbs are blown out. Even if you want to just replace the bulbs, man, I hope that kind of helped y'all in y'all's process. But you know what I mean, that's it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and put these bolts back in here, or screws back in here for this housing, and then I'm done with this project. Alright, grad schoolers, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It was something simple, just taking the gauge cluster out, changing the bulbs behind the gauges. making it look a little bit better. I'm gonna change all the rest of the lights, so I'll show y'all what that looks like once I'm done. Yeah, but I just wanted to give it a more updated look, something a little bit better than what it was, because that yellow light, it looks pretty disgusting. I don't know if you can tell, but I have the daylights up there that are white, and it's a lot brighter than that, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the old, you know, style yellow lights and stuff like that. So it's it looks a lot cleaner, you know what I mean? That's why all the luxurious cars have blue light, white light in their headlights. And the inside as well. It just looks a lot better, gives it a more updated feel. So that's what we're gonna do next time. Go ahead and get all the rest of the inside lights on, and then what we're gonna do after that, I still got to get the shocks and the tie rod and stuff on the car. So we got to knock that out, and hopefully I can get to that really soon, so I can get the car mobile, driving and everything like that. And then we're going to start sourcing the parts for the rear end. So I pretty much think that I'm going with a new housing. I'm gonna go with beefed up axles. I'm gonna switch all the brakes at the same time, the calipers, with some Willwood calipers and stuff like that. And then I'm going to just get a whole, I guess it's a four 9-inch or whatever. And I might go with either 373s or 411 gears in the back. I'm not 100% sure yet, but that's gonna be the next big purchase on this car. And then after we're done with that, we can go ahead and start getting it ready for paint. I'm gonna paint the El Camino first, and then after that, this one will be ready for paint, but this one will be road ready after the paint job. So yeah, stick around for all that, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you get a notification every single time we drop another video. Thank you guys for the support, man. I can't thank y'all enough, man. This is so amazing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm not a huge YouTuber or nothing like that, but like, just the people that rock with me from jump, you know what I'm saying? The people that give the good feedback, and you know what I'm saying, let me know how I'm doing and stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support or whatever. Like I said, I can't thank y'all enough. But anyways, you know what I'm saying, enough of me talking. Always remember, work hard so you can live free.